It's been a few weeks since I've given you an update on the Covid-19 situation in Surrey, but with changes to law and regulations overnight, I thought I'd take time to explain what this means for us all now. And I'm joined today by Vicky and Ian from our Safer Neighbourhoods team at Guildford, who are going to have the job of enforcing the new regulations. Vicky, Ian, thanks for joining us. Clearly things have changed overnight in terms of the law and the regulations, so what's been on your mind?
Okay, in the news we're seeing rising cases in the north and obviously coupled with mass gatherings and unauthorised events. How do you see that affecting Surrey?
Well, the first thing I'd say is that we're still in a major incident. We have been since March. The fact that we've enjoyed some freedom over the summer doesn't change that this has always been a really serious situation and remains that way. We're watching how cases are rising around the country, and we really need to be careful in Surrey too, or we could find ourselves in the same position as some other areas of the country.
What do you see as our role in policing these restrictions?
I think our role in policing the restrictions is similar to what it's been throughout. We've always had this approach in policing that we've called the 4Es, so to engage with people, to explain to them the importance of abiding by the regulations, and of course it's stronger than that now. The rule about not gathering in more than 6 is now set down in law, so we can explain that to people. We can encourage them to do the right thing and to move on, and if they don't, we can enforce. And of course there are some pretty big fines now for large gatherings, £10,000 fine. So we won't hesitate to use them if we have to, but I hope, like in the peak of the lockdown, that people will do the right thing when they're encouraged by us to do so.
And added to that, what do you see as the role of the community? Because as unlike in lockdown, the levels of incidents for both us and the NHS are now going back to pre-Covid levels.
Well, the role of the community has always been vitally important throughout. We're all members of the community, we've all got that responsibility. You're right, we're really busy again. We're taking 1,000, 1,100 calls every day in policing. I know from talking to colleagues in the NHS that they're really busy too. So more than ever we need community support. We've all enjoyed a bit of freedom in the sunshine over the summer. Now as we head into the autumn is our opportunity to do the right thing. Keep our distance from people, keep up the hygiene, keep wearing the masks. Let's not get to a position where we have to enforce this. We've all got a responsibility to keep Surrey really safe.
We've all been affected by the changes. How have they personally affected you?
We have all been affected by the changes, and I've been worrying about a few things really. My son heads back to university next weekend. We know there's been a big push with university students to try and keep them safe as well. I know from talking to him and his friends, they're all going to be really responsible. They understand the implications of spreading it to family members. Of course, like many people, abandoned plans for family get-togethers over the summer. I've got family in New Zealand and Australia. We had planned a reunion for a couple of years. Of course, that didn't come off. So big changes for many families across the county. I guess we just got to knuckle down and do our bit, because until we get a vaccine, we've all got to keep that responsibility to stop this virus from spreading and keep each other safe. I wanted to reassure you that as a partnership, we are preparing for the next phase. So in our local resilience forum, we've been thinking ahead to the winter pressures that might come with flu, to what we need to do to continue our fight against Covid-19 and plan for other emergencies that might come at the same time. But we can't do this without your support. We can't enforce our way out of this health emergency. So we do need you to remember hand hygiene, as we're all being advised to do so, to remember those face coverings and to keep space from other people. Please don't gather together in large groups. Please do what you can to keep Surrey safe.